Aha! Okay. The story continues. So, the whole of Laplace can't figure out how to fix this ridiculous box problem once and for all?
Quit your whining, Adler. Got a letter for you.
For me? This just looks like a piece of regular Laplace calculation paper. What makes you think this is for me?
1, it was shoved into your door. 2, there's a big "read it" written on it in black ink.
Medicine Pocket rolls their eyes at having to yet again spell things out.
Honestly, who does something like that unless it's some kind of complaint?
Enigma unfolds what looks like a piece of regular Laplace calculation paper, but what's on it is clearly far from ordinary. No name on it. They are proposing construction of some tower. A tower to standardize all linguistic systems inside the toy box.
Sounds like something from a detective novel. Hey, Adler. Sorry for eavesdropping, but besides us, who else knows about the missing core?
Perfect. Our security protocols might as well read sound crier announcements.
It's gotta be Instant Lawrence. They must have sniffed out info on a little arcane accident somehow.
Okay, so are they not aware that X and Eagle Scout are part of Institutum Lawrence? I mean, they wear the butterflies on their chests. As suspicious as an institution as they are, their idea is theoretically feasible. Creating a unified language system, no matter what it is, would solve all of our problems. But what would Lawrence gain by helping us? Miss Marcus, are you able to glean any information from this note? Enigma passes it to her. Marcus looks down at the small piece of paper. Normally, words are easy for her to gather information from, but now... Her brow furrows.
The handwriting is very precise, almost like a machine. Typical of a perfectionist or someone who likes order. Yet the uneven pressure almost suggests some carelessness, which, well, contradicts my initial assessment.
Oh, so it was X. That sounds like X.
The writing's purpose seems to be purposeless, like they are just random ink marks. That can't be correct. I can make sense of this. I can't make sense of this.
Clearly, they are suffering from the same language disorder. Either they are rushing to fix it, or...
Whenever something even slightly connects to the storm, they show up in swarms like critters. I guess even a simulated version counts to them. Especially now that it's obviously showing anomalies.
Regardless, our task now to build a massive tower inside this box, to somehow get everyone to speak the same language. Amazing. It seems another trip in the toy box will be necessary. At least this time, they know exactly what needs to be done. I'll be sure to offer support from the outside. Researcher Adler. The best support you can offer us now is to get us all hard hats, since we'll all be in construction zone soon. Oh, and make sure to get an extra large one for yourself, to fit over that fish tank of yours. I'm gonna keep an eye on that storm. A raven. You've seen him before. Outside, he's better known as Ludwig. As you spot him, he also spots you and flies over to greet you. Oh, Ludwig! Right, we're one of the higher-ups. Oddly, he's dropped the polite tone he had used outside the box. Now he's speaking loudly, almost a little manic. Despite his efforts to appear composed, his behavior is chaotic. He mentions the storm, before moving on to the strange languages at hand. Suddenly it hits you that Ulrich's less expressive but direct communication style might make interaction with this crow easier. As you're lost in thought, he produces something quite bizarre. A rooster. The sight of a crow holding a rooster is strange enough, but then the rooster crows twice and changes into a hissing snake right before your eyes. Wow! Ludwig seems pleased by your startled expression. He explains he found this object in a box on the beach and believes it holds the key to his dream. A perfect, eternal language with no misunderstandings. You ignore his lofty vision, your mind focused on a few key phrases he just mentioned. Beach, language influence, and constant change. Proteus! Getting that object will fix everything. No more language description. No more stupid wanderer's guide. No more babbling chaos. Hey, Ludwig, stay right there. Don't move. No, stop! But Ludwig does something beyond your capability. He flies off with the treasure. You stand frozen below him, utterly defeated, while your colleagues laugh at you without mercy. Damn it. Keep moving. An hour after the stream started, with our dailies done, let's go ahead and jump into Pre-Storm Protocol and try to get the secret ending. Ooh. Hardest difficulty. System overload. System overload. Fatal error. 0x800 700. Sorry. System overload. System overload. Fatal error. 0x800 70005. Stack overflow. Limited daily resistance restoration available. Exercise caution. Some of the box residents appear to be requesting help. So the secret ending requires at least 6 days in order for us to actually achieve, and we have to actually spawn a specific NPC on day 1 or day 2, otherwise we start the entire run over again. Over the last few days, a strange linguistic anomaly is spreading throughout the LSCC, causing people to speak in all manner of peculiar codes. Although Muse 3 appears to explain much of it, the problem still falls for us to solve. Fortunately, the Foundation isn't keen to see the Plus operate by means of sign language in Kipu, and has agreed to send Marcus as temporary assistant to lend us their aids in reading related arcane skill. The situation is grave, and time is short. To avoid wasting any more time, I decided to enter the toy box myself, to personally address the issue. Report on Laplace language estrangement, Greta Hoffman. Enigma. Defeat the invading monster astronaut ghost on day 4. Defeat the final invading monster, question mark, on day 8. Alright, so having learned my lesson, unless we have a fantastic assistant, I should actually save my research notes for upgrades. Looting spots, enemies to avoid. I don't want to avoid enemies. I mean, this is pretty good. It's basically a discount on vehicles. If you spend 600, you get 100 back, so you actually spend 500. But also, that's another 500 notes I could just spend here and now, right? Like, what are the odds I'm gonna buy 3 vehicles? So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it empty so I can have the full research notes. As the time says, that makes sense. Glad I could help. Did I miss any other chats from my side here of people that can actually hear me? Nope. Okay. Continuing on. Going back to this place makes you feel uneasy. Since the box arrived at Laplace, accidents have been happening non-stop, and nothing good has come of it. All you want now is to wrap things up and return to your room. But then you notice your overwhelmed colleague nearby, and it's clear something's gone wrong. Here we go again. Anxious employee. Countless critters are jumping around on the equipment they left behind earlier. The glory of the carbuncle shines over the sanctuary like sunlight at this moment. But this situation is doing your team no favors. You immediately beckon your colleagues to restore order. At the Plus, handling critters has become part of everyday life. Your team jumps into action, showing off what has come to be called Laplace efficiency. Disorderly chaotic, but efficient.
The efficiency of Laplace researchers is quite different from what I expected.
Then you'll have to visit us more often. The critters are removed from the sanctuary swiftly and with great care for procedure. Their stay was brief, less than a day inside the box. The splendor of the carbuncle disappears like a sunset, fading into the horizon. With order restored, you begin planning your next steps. That's when your colleague, Ulrich, has a flash of inspiration. Let's hear what he has to say. Perhaps you can find that girl from before. What was her name again? I don't recall. She was a young woman. You mean, I'm supposed to look for someone whose name I don't even know, and ask her to fix this entire mess for us? Precisely. It seems like there are no other options left. A colleague mentions that the girl who predicted the storm in the box might be at the Plus. She had previously said she would stay at the Foundation to help with the problems. With no other leads to follow, you decide to give it a shot. Let's go. So yeah, this pre-storm protocol stars Enigma, so I'm gonna read most of his choices in Enigma's voice whenever I can. My best German accent. And it looks like we got lucky. We already triggered the route to the secret ending just by talking to that NPC. That NPC has a chance to spawn, but now we actually have to follow through. So it takes 6 days to get the secret ending. That's why we're playing the hardest difficulty here, because the hardest difficulty gives us a maximum of 8 days if need be. Now there was a secret ending for the original as well, and I was able to do that, if some of you guys recall. That involved Enigma just kind of jumping in and taking over, but having a happy ending as they, both Ulrich and Enigma, you know, they said that they're practicing for the pre-storm protocol, but the secret ending was them just playing in the toy box. It was very cute. Enigma basically acting like the what do you call this? Acting like the antagonist for the sake of the game. Oh, okay. There's a different way for me to keep track. Here we go. Okay, so I don't need the a text guide because it's actually in game. See, these are the kind of quality of life things that games should do. You know, have your hints and your like instructions actually be in the game. Like I'm all for cross-platform building and promoting themselves through other platforms and online, through Reddit or social media or the Discord. But then you also still have to have resources within the game so that people who are just playing the game can actually figure it out. That was something that wasn't really in the secret ending of the first one. So we have assistant tasks. Enigma turns the Silver Sanctuary, now plunged into chaos. To fix the box world, Ulrich suggests heading to Laplace to find the girl who once predicted the storm. So you have to head to Laplace. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Enigmatic Girl. Using the translator, you finally reach Laplace and meet the girl from before, learning her name at last. You propose building the tower. Let's get started. Earlier, the box fell into panic due to aphasia. Language barriers caused different groups to act on their own. Although the translator helped for a while, the root issue still continues to create confusion. This time, The Foundation staff arrive with people from Zeno. You don't think highly of Zeno. They drink too much, speak recklessly, and rarely follow procedure. All the same, the girl supports your plan and urges you to speak directly with the group leaders. Why do I have to deal with him? Unfortunately, both the Foundation and Zeno express doubts. The Foundation insists that they must protect those in the box, while Zeno is too busy fighting against the Carbuncle Kingdom. Yes, the critters again. Critters are the worst. You're frustrated. Building this tower alone would be a gargantuan task for your small team. Thankfully, the Laplace crew in the box maintains their enthusiasm. They take away the blueprint and start analyzing without asking what they're for. The calculator soon yields results. The tower will be a monumental task to build, and will require a massive amount of labor and material. For better or worse, you do not possess an endless army of slaves, just a small and increasingly tired team of researchers. I'll handle it. The tower will cost a huge number of research notes. You might be the only one in the box who can provide them. Okay. So I can turn in supplies, or I can turn in research notes. 500! Jesus Christ. So either I give 500 worth of items, or I give 500 worth of, like, actual research notes. Let's do items first. Oh! I actually have, the condenser here. So let's get rid of some of the quick use items. Sunflower seeds. The bayonets. They're worth more in here than they are out there. Alright, I'm actually over a little bit, so I guess we got the hotline back. Oh, it's worth 80. Okay, I need something worth 20 maybe. Okay. As much as I really want to use the injector, I feel like the teleporting phone is much more important, so we'll deliver these and call it there. You deliver everything on time. In return, the Laplace group promises to handle the tower construction. If you can deal with the other two groups, they will be ready to support you. One tower isn't enough to resolve the chaos. Enigma decides to head to the safe haven to build a second language tower. Alright. So, we finished step 2 here. Precise calculations that show the tower at Laplace requires a large quantity of research notes. After much effort, Enigma gathers the research notes and officially launches the Language Tower project. The NPCs in this box are so lifelike. Almost like they're alive. He's gonna show up again in the next map. You reach the Foundation, but chaos reigns. People are fleeing and the town is in disarray. Aphasia seems on the verge of spreading. Oh, hang on, let me just do this box first. Gotta find whoever's in charge. As you try to reach the Foundation members here, you spot two familiar figures. They are an investigation team, preparing to head down to the lowest level to assess the situation.
Mr. Enigma, this is...
Oh no, is it gonna be Greta? Relax. It's just a piece. They're finishing their last preparations before leaving. You approach and greet them. After explaining your plan, they introduce you to the people in charge here. Yeah, if it's two agents from the Plus, then my thinking is like, it's Marcus and Greta Hoffman. Ah man, rest in peace, Greta. 6. You head upstairs, slowing as you hear an intense argument from a nearby room. A woman holding a mug of tea looks frazzled as she tries to mediate, but neither side will give in. Taking notice of your arrival, she sets her mug down and makes her way to you. They had already heard about your plan before you arrived. Their current argument is about whether to support you. You don't understand why there's any doubt over a plan that clearly benefits everyone. Seriously? Arguing at time like this? The Foundation faces many challenges: calming the public, organizing investigation teams, distributing supplies, and evacuating civilians. Now, they must also provide large amounts of materials to build some strange tower. All on the word of one person, you. While they don't fully trust your opinion, they can't deny the threat of the spreading aphasia. The one asks to convince the other two and agrees to accept whatever decision comes from the discussion. I'll give it a try. Okay, hang on. Okay, I don't want to lose all my progress, both of them. Okay. Phew! One of the Foundation's directors. To get your plan approved, you need a rock-solid argument. Oh, it's the ping pong player. I think her name was Colette or something? I might be wrong. You talk to the first person, who sticks to her view. She believes that evacuating civilians is top priority, and that investing heavily in your tower project will divert vital resource from the task. Her main focus is public safety. I mean, fair. I would also prioritize human life, but, why can't we do both? You have to reassure them that, we can. And that the research take away from, rescuing civilians would not be, diverted from. Will help. Each side of the sanctuary will provide housing and help in the evacuation. She takes time to debate the answer, openly fearing the Laplace team may use the evacuation to test some bizarre contraption or invention. However, with no better alternatives, she reluctantly agrees. Compromise is a great solution. Alright, and the other one? Hi Elena, welcome in. One of the Foundation's directors. To get your plan approved, you need a rock-solid argument. You talk to the second person. While he concludes that evacuating civilians should be their top priority, he also believes that supporting your efforts to build the tower is a worthy cause, with one stipulation. The Foundation must have full ownership of the tower afterwards. I don't mind, that's fine. Utterly typical of the Foundation's politicking. You expected them to make such a demand. He justifies it, first, as maintaining order in the future, and then as a matter of security given the current chaos. Either way, it's clear he intends for the Foundation to stay firmly in control. Whatever you want. You accept his demand, though you don't see it as giving in. Your mind shifts to the investigation team, who have probably already left, heading down to the lowest level, where language itself ceases to exist. They're like hounds that can sniff out physical prey. So back to the tower. Find whoever's in charge. How'd it go? Did both of them agree to your plan? They agreed. It seems you've convinced them. The Foundation leaders are pleased that you reached consensus. They are now sending out the people as planned to assist in delivering supplies and building the tower. With half the language tower project complete, Enigma plans to go to District 73 to build the third tower. I like how we're building a bunch of towers in order to solve the language crisis. Feels a bit ironic considering, the story of the Tower of Babel. But hey, they probably made this storyline with that in mind, Welcome in, Yepper Steppers. There's something here. Zeno camp. At the Zeno camp, the aftermath of battle is clear. Soldiers clear debris and treat the wounded. You arrive at Zeno's command post just as they finish fighting off an assault. Soldiers are cleaning up the area and tending to the wounded. You make your way to the commander, who recognizes you right away. He brings up a past joint mission against the Crates gang, with a fishbowl from the sanctuary. You assume this means solving things with Zeno will be easy. After all, you and the commander are acquaintances. But to your surprise, he turns you down. What? Researcher Adler, how did your eyebrows transition from relaxed to furrowed under 2 seconds like that? Could you teach me? You have eyebrows? The commander doesn't seem to have any deeper motives. His refusal is one of pure practicality. They are overwhelmed with their ongoing conflict against these critters, because of the storm. The most supreme warlord's critter army has spiraled out of control. He points to the scene of the battle, saying that this has been the 4th attack today. We will assist you. You offer assistance and find the critters, but deep down, you know they'll just keep coming. Alchemy or potions might be useful, but your team consists primarily of language specialists, not alchemists. Lacking a clear military edge, let's start thinking of another solution. Our Prime Minister may have some people we can use. As you leave the tent, you spot 2 suspicious-looking boxes slipping through the camp. They are hardly inconspicuous, yet the soldiers seem to ignore them. Odd. Lift the boxes. You follow the boxes behind the tents, and in a flash of movement throw them open. To your surprise, you recognize their occupants, a Brocken pirate and a young potion maker. The potion maker lights up as she realizes who you are, and immediately launches an explanation. It seems intent to journey to Critter Kingdom via hot air balloon, with the hope of calming the critters with music. But anti-aircraft guns shot them down over this camp, and now they've been locked up as potential spies. Why does this Brocken pirate always end up in jail? It's kind of everything. Wait, does she really think that a hot air balloon concert will have any chance to calm these critters? Ask. She insists that the proper young lady would never lie. She also suggests her potions could help repel the critters for now. But without the balloon, their concert plan can't move forward. She suggests you help them, and that perhaps Zeno would be grateful for their support. They're getting someplace. Ah, okay. A hot air balloon belongs to the rock pirate, now confiscated by Zeno. You get ready to quietly retrieve the hot air balloon. If you were caught, you wouldn't be able to wash the mud off your hands. Be stealthy. Hey, Enigma. What are you sneaking around for? Are they playing thieves? With that body? Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. The mission succeeds. With loud rock music playing, the Brocken pirate and the potion maker help you lift off in the balloon. As the sound fills the sky, you can't help but wonder if they were ever really interested for spying at all. Can't we turn this music off? The potions are released over the ground, and the critters react like they've just tasted the most sour lemons ever. In short order, they scatter in the distance. It's super effective. Ooh, a mischief bag. Fruit crate and a surprise capsule. I'll take it. Okay, but I have to negotiate with Zeno still, right? You head back and explain the situation to the commander. He's glad that he has received help again, and gives a medal to the potion maker, but declines to offer any apology to the Brocken pirate. She should apologize to Zeno. Still, this counts as a win. Zeno is now preparing to work on the tower, and has agreed to support your plan. Thank you. There we go. Only one language tower remains. Enigma decides to investigate the most dangerous region of the box, the edge of the earth. Alright. Let's keep it moving, yeah? The crowned youth praised the lake in that same deep voice. Ah, Lady of the Lake, grant me the proof of my kingship! But no matter how he shouts, the water stays still as glass. They notices you. Oh, wizard! You've revealed yourself again! You must have foreseen this. Grant me wisdom. What must be done to win the lady's favor? Tell him to throw his sword in.
Who did this? Aren't you satisfied tossing just old coins in?
Just expected, you and the young man may end up cleaning the trash out of the lake, to make up for the tossing a sword into it. At least we found many coins. There is that, yeah. Foundation Investigation Group. You spot someone ahead. She's from the Foundation's investigation team, preparing to safely enter the storm zone. You look around. Aphasia has completely taken language away from this land. The people left here have become incapable of communicating. They stare at you with blank eyes, their eyes no longer showing emotion. Sons of Fastin. To be honest, you still don't understand Ulrich's compassion at all. Even after all you've been through, you can't truly shake the realization that these are only pieces of data in a simulation. Maybe you should try talking with them. Talk. Your head slow, Steffel? Obviously. Oh, it is her. We saw this in the last, secret task, where two investigators whose portraits were not shown were heading to the lowest level of the simulation. And when you think of, two Foundation investigators that would shake up Marcus and Enigma that much, it could have only been Marcus and Greta Hoffman. Although, the real Marcus is with us in the real world. So these are just simulated versions of them. Do we really have to go? It's you. Word of your actions spread like wildfire. I know who you are, outsiders. So, I know how dangerous it is down there. But, we can't rely on you outsiders forever. There is no forever. Every time the box resets, you all start over again anyway. Is that so? Still, if it can't be avoided, we have to go. Why you specifically? If we're all just pieces, anyone could go. Let me do it instead. You care about a piece that resets after every failure? I don't. No. Thank you for the advice, sir. It's good to know that even if we fail, there will still be people like you. But before that happens, we will do what we can to fix it.
Mr. Enigma.
Let's go. So long. You watch as they enter the area, evidently frustrated. Let's head back and prepare. Huh. Then we have to the Earth, where an unexpected acquaintance awaits. Ulrich seems to have arrived at the sanctuary as well. Talk to him. Okay. Ah, there he is. Okay. Ulrich, what's up, my guy? The secret routes. Good news arrives confirming that Laplace, Zeno, and the Foundation have all completed their part of the tower construction. Only the top level remains unfinished. Now Ulrich has given up his observer role and has entered the box. Oh, so this is the real Ulrich. Okay. He stands beside you, going into meticulous detail about plans and preparations. You've convinced Marcus to ask the 3 groups for technical support, so you two are alone. You two are now alone. You glance at him, then at the pale land ahead. Stepping closer, you pull off his glass head, causing his body to collapse immediately. His mouth keeps moving, shifting from confusion to anger, and finally to a string of loud insults. Normally, you'd argue back, but this time you hold back. because you're heading somewhere where language can't reach. You decide to listen while you still have the chance. You set his head aside and walk in alone. Maybe the investigation team was right. Whether last time or next time, you take the same action. You need to install translators at 3 points to protect yourself from aphasia at the tower sites. I'll go myself. Interesting. So the task is now to complete the final tower. Enigma must go to the edge of the earth and install 3 translators. This time, he'll do it himself. Translator setup. This is the target translator setup point. You can start anytime. Okay, good thing we didn't skip this then, because that is kind of part of the whole secret route and everything. As you move towards your destination, language starts to break down around you. You try to hold on by mentally repeating every word you remember. The effort feels like fighting against sleep. Your mouth soon loses the ability to form clear words, until each word you repeat comes out as infantile babbling. Keep moving forwards. Soon, you can't even babble anymore. Only one syllable seems possible, like a baby's first mama. But when the person it's meant for is gone, that last emotional connection fades too. You reach a point where your thoughts themselves no longer form coherent words. You cannot hear them, cannot see them. You think now in abstract concepts, as someone blind and deaf from birth might. Silence is the only answer. A sound breaks your distracted silence. You spot Lucy in the sky. With diamonds? Though it looks like a replica because of its strange coloring. A temporary translator falls to the ground, along with 2 Laplace employees. This is... Hello, Enigma. Like our new Lady Simone's airship, we've upgraded it with the latest jet propulsion system. The Laplace duo is happy to help you, and excited about finishing the tower. Their mere presence alleviates some of your aphasia symptoms. Man, why is the story so good here? And it's a temporary event too, and such a long roguelike. I feel like so many people will miss out on the story because of that. I do hope they make Pre-Storm Protocol permanent someday. And keep it like the way it was here, so that people can experience the different parts of it. I don't know, it might be too heavy for the mobile version of the game. It's my one worry. Thank you so much. Oh, there's the next one. Ooh, they're all here. Okay, good thing I got those hourglasses then, because we were burning a lot of time down here. This is the target translator setup point. You can start anytime. You keep moving towards your goal, feeling completely drained, fighting against the urge to stop. When your backup battery fizzles out, the aphasia comes rushing back in like a tidal wave. You're soon overwhelmed by a blur of garbled code, passwords, encrypted text, and barcodes. The layers of translation and endless encoding pile up. Keep moving forward. Luckily, physical actions stay separated from language infusion. Your focus lands on a small foundation tent made from a familiar material. You remember seeing it before, near the stairs in this level, where you once talked with its owner. So you push forward. There's no one inside, but you find 2 translators, a battery, and a notebook with coordinates and notes on aphasia under different conditions. You imagine the researchers camped here, watching and recording data. You realize the difficult choice they must have made when they were just down to this final battery. So this is the fate of the pieces of Greta and Marcus then. Rather than evacuate, they stay to document the advanced symptoms, gathering every glimmer of critical information, trusting that you would come. You slot the battery into your translator and grab the notebook. It feels too soon to accept this colorless world as your aphasia starts to ease. Thank you so much. This is the target translator setup point. You can start anytime. Alone, you move through the pure white surroundings towards your destination. With language itself erased from this pure whiteness, who can even mourn its loss? Along the way, you've communicated with various pieces, whether kind or ill-intentioned, joyful or angry. All of those emotions were once conveyed through words, but here, language is gone, leaving their sentiments to scatter like dust in the wind. Your translator begins to sputter and slow. Keep moving forward. You forget how to speak. The irony is sickening. Language has always been your greatest strength. You were able to debate Ulrich on equal footing, yet now you can't even make a simple sound. Even the idea of language is nearly lost to you. Researcher Adler, explain why you abandoned me by the roadside and stepped on my body. An annoying voice reaches you from above, accompanied by loud music. Looking up, you see a hot air balloon coming down. Marcus holds the glass head, accompanied by the potion maker and the lunatic of a rockin' pirate. What are you doing here? Maybe you should have thrown his glass head a bit further away. The musics in your head form into coherent thought again as the balloon lands. They hand you a new translator and help set up the base station. Zeno can't offer direct help, except to provide the fuel needed for the pirate's hot air balloon. Your worried companions can use it to find wherever you roam, but they believe in the strength of teamwork over individual effort. As your aphasia declines, you're able at last to speak the words, "Thank you." Too bad all I managed to say was, "Damn it." Okay, so the first one was Laplace, because Madame Lucy and Simone were involved. The second one was the Foundation, because it was the remains of Greta Hoffman and Marcus. And the third one, obviously, is Zeno, with a mixture of Laplace as well. But mainly Zeno, because it is Regulus riding in the hot air balloon tied to the Zeno part of the secret route. All translators have been set up. It's time to build the last language tower. Let's go. With the base station built, reach the tower center. Finally. The supplies have arrived. You just need to wait a short while longer. This toy box continues to amaze you. You once wondered how 3 groups managed to build a tall tower so quickly. Watching the progress now, it seems the construction has been sped up 100 times, completed in no time. Did you use some kind of speed boost? Once the final block is placed, language becomes unified throughout the entire box. While people celebrate, you are left with mixed feelings, though you can finally relax. It's all over now. Somewhere, hidden from view, a crow flies deeper into the unknown. Our superior. Interesting, interesting. Wow, okay, we are actually have a cutscene. They actually pulled it off. I thought they'd fail and steer the way. Next time, I'll need to be more subtle with the clues. Of course. If we're talking about clues from the Lawrence Institutum, X has to be involved somehow. Now then, how should I explain this in my report to Lawrence? Simulation successful. You've crossed every inch of this boxed world, searching for a true solution. Well done. You found it. You can ring my bell,